Youth Council. And I'll let you introduce yourselves. Actually, Chris, we'll start with you since you're an old veteran here on the radio.
Well, great. Thank you so much. My name is Chris Catt, and I represent Romulus Central School on the Seneca County Youth Council.
My name is Jenny Sermily, and I am also from Romulus Central School.
Well, welcome. We're going to talk about a couple of projects in specific. And Chris, let's start with you. You were recently involved in the Day of Giving. Tell us what you did and what you gave.
Absolutely. On the 25th of last month, 25th of April, we had our first annual Day of Giving in Seneca County, and that was to commemorate Global Youth Service Day, and kids from all four Seneca County school districts, Waterloo, South Seneca, Seneca Falls, and Romulus, came together to do community service projects in both Seneca Falls and Romulus. In Romulus, we redid a nature trail and helped to remulch and things like that, and Seneca Falls actually did a Habitat for Humanity house.
Wow.
Yeah, we were able to really accomplish a lot, and we hope to make this an annual event.
Was it the students who planned which projects you did, or did you solicit from the community people who needed things to be done, or how'd that work?
Well, we talked with our local school communities and also with our with outside community members, board members of the United Way, and we were able to come up with these projects, and we had about 30 kids at each project.
And tell us, did you work on the Habitat House, or?
I did not. I actually worked on the nature trail that is right in back of the school at Romulus.
So tell us a little bit more about that Habitat for Humanity house.
Sure. It was in Seneca Falls, and Mr. Case, who's actually the president of Seneca Falls Savings Bank, headed up that project. He's been very involved in the Habitat for Humanity project in Seneca County, and he asked for volunteers, and they did demolition work, which really helped to get this house moving forward so a family can hopefully live in it within the next year or so.
Is this something you see yourself doing going forward, as being involved in nonprofits and doing community service type of things?
Well, absolutely. Nonprofit work and community service is very important to me. It's everyone gives back in a different way, and that's how I choose to give back to the community.
Do you find kids that maybe haven't done this kind of thing before, that when they do it, they get hooked on it and they go, wow, you know, this is cool, what else can I do?
Well, absolutely. The most important part of my job on the Youth Council is introducing charity work and volunteer work to other kids, because once they have one good experience, they're gonna keep coming back, not only as kids and teenagers, but as adults, to work on community-based projects.
Do you meet as a group from time to time and plan the next things you're going to do? How does that work?
Yes, the Seneca County Youth Council meets at least once a month, usually more for planning a project. This was one of our first large-scale projects, and it was, to my knowledge, the largest gathering of youth volunteers in Seneca County history, actually.
Now, I want to talk to you, Jen, about what you did, and I've seen a lot of these things happening now. Instead of going on the typical partying spring break, kids are going on spring break service vacations. So tell us what you did on your alternative spring break.
Yeah, well, we had 36 kids from all the different school districts all come together on their spring break, and we traveled to Eustis, Florida, which was a long 24-hour bus ride. And what we did there is for 3 days we worked at different sites, and we got a lot of work done. At the first site, we went to this elderly lady's house, and we repainted her ceiling, and we redid her cabinets and everything because she had damage from a tornado. And as soon as we got down there, we actually had 2 tornado warnings, so we had to sit in a church that we stayed in for a couple hours until we could finally go out and work. And then the second day, we split up and we went to 2 different work sites. And at my work site, we took down all the siding of this house, and we put up brand new siding, and we painted the new siding, and we painted their shed. And this guy grows plants for his way of living, so his whole greenhouse kind of was totally destroyed, so we rebuilt that and everything so he can get his business afoot again. And the other work site, they went to another house, and they scrubbed mold from this house, and they repainted the outside of that house too, so both houses looked really good afterwards.
Wow, so how long were you in Florida?
We were in Florida for 5 days, and our last day we actually went to Disney World as our little treat thing.
Oh, nice.
So we did a lot of service, and in the end we got treated for it, and I think a lot of kids really enjoyed it. And we even announced the Day of Giving thing on the bus on the way back, which actually got a lot of kids signing up for that because they really liked the alternative spring break trip. So. Now,
did you hook up with local kids down there when you were there to do the work, or how?
There was another group there, but we didn't really talk to them too much, but we did see them, so it was pretty cool.
How was it arranged? How did it come to be Florida? How did you know that there was the need there, and how did that arrangement get made?
The National Relief Network actually finds places for us to go. Like last year, I did it too, and we went to Tennessee. and it changed because we were supposed to go to New Orleans, and then at the last second we went to Tennessee because that's where the more recent disaster happened. So they kind of just said, okay, well, this is where the recent disaster happened, so you guys are going to Florida. So.
What kind of reaction, is there skepticism from anybody? You know, a bunch of kids show up and it's like, you're going to help me out? And...
Well, you'd think so. I mean, I kept thinking so. Every time we have hammers and stuff and we're knocking down these houses, I'm like, oh, well, the owners must be a little nervous. But at the same time, I think they kind of feel so happy that we're down there and we're helping them. So, because a lot of them didn't have that much, so, you know, for us to be down there and helping them, they really appreciated it. And in the end, we did a lot of work and it looked good.
Talk about the feeling when you've pounded and worked and sweated all day, and then you see the job that you've done and you see the look of gratitude on the face of someone that you've helped.
Oh yeah, I think that's the most rewarding part is, you know, all the work and everything that you slave away on. It makes you think about it and you take for granted the stuff we have here. You know, we have a nice house and everything, and we don't have that many natural disasters coming around. So, and to see the owners in the end, a lot of them, you know, were crying because they were so overwhelmed with joy. So, it makes you feel really good, so.
All right. Well, Jen, thank you. Chris,
no
thank
problem.
you. You guys are terrific. I mean, congratulations on what you do and how well you express it here on the air. It's terrific to talk to you.
Well, great. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
giving us this opportunity, and we're just so pleased that we had this opportunity to share with your listeners every month about the works that we're doing on the Seneca County Youth Council.
Well, keep up the terrific work, and we're happy to have the airtime, and we'll talk to some more kids next month. It's 8:17, Finger Lakes Morning News.